What's up, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And this one I want to break down what's happening with NIO, Tesla, SPY, and the overall markets. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Mumu link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total. Not to mention 8.1% APY on invested cash. The offer ends in just 8 days. Anyways, let's talk about what's happening with NIO and the markets. Just know that next week is going to be a very, very crazy week because of the fact that we only have 3 days of normal trading, and then everything's going to shift once we get to Thanksgiving, which is going to be on Thursday. So for now, when you look at NIO, when you look at NIO, especially on the 4-hour time frame, we're looking more bullish right now. We are attempting to break out right over here, but the issue I see with NIO is the fact that we're not looking like we officially have gone to bounce off our 50 EMA. So going into next week, we're going to be watching to see if we bounce off of this to continue to push. As long as we hold above 4.8, there might be a little retest right there. As long as it touches that and bounces, we could be trying to fill this gap up to about 5.07. So there could be a small push coming to NIO with more potential upside. It looks more bullish looking at this accumulation, so I do favor that a bit more. There were some pieces of news coming out that BYD might be taking over NIO. There's all these rumors, but no, NIO has denied these claims. BYD is not going to be taking over NIO. They're going to continue to be very, very independent. So just keep that in mind, guys. That's not what we're seeing. Things are, it's very important to be very truthful about all of this. And NIO is denying those rumors that BYD is taking them over. When it comes to the way the market's going to move going into next week and beyond, I just wanted to call out that for next week, we have some data coming out for Monday. So just keep that in mind. Monday is going to be when we have the Chicago Fed announcing some important numbers. Then we have more manufacturing numbers after that. And then after all of that comes out, going into like Tuesday and the other days, we end up having just very, very minor housing data, not to mention new home sales. But then we have the FOMC minutes on Tuesday, so that's going to be a little bit more significant. Wednesdays when we have some GDP numbers coming out, so watch for that. And alongside initial jobless claims. And I think that this is going to be very significant, at least for us moving forward. And besides Wednesday, much of the data is going to be very, very minor. There's not really a whole ton that's coming out. GDP numbers will be the most significant thing. And then it looks like they're releasing a bunch of data on Wednesday because there's not going to be any data releases on like Thursday or Friday because of the Thanksgiving holidays. So how is the market going to be trading for Thanksgiving? For those who are confused, Thanksgiving is a very important holiday in the US. It's one of the second, possibly the second or third largest holidays of the year, maybe the second. But I just wanted to say that what's going to happen is we don't have trading on Thanksgiving, which is going to be this Thursday for the American markets. The markets are going to be closed. And then for Friday, the market's going to be closing at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Black Friday, so the day after Thanksgiving. So like I said before, there's only 3 full days of trading, and the market's closed on Thursday, and then we only have half a day on Friday. I also want to mention that when it comes to our earnings, we have Bath and Body Works on Monday. We have Dell and Kohl's and Best Buy, Macy's, and a few more on Tuesday. And then Fridays when we have like another set of earnings. Besides that, there's not really much coming out. So as far as NIO goes, the share price looks more bullish as long as you bounce off 4.8. We could be looking for that gap fill up above. So I see potential in it. For SPY is looking a little bit better to me. This looks more bullish. If we manage to break past 596, this could continue this run into about the 598 area. So it looks more bullish to me. ES is also looking more bullish. It looks like it wants to break past 6,000 to get to about 6,010. That looks more bullish. For Nvda, we're looking a little bit weaker. I think we might be trying to base at 140, so look for a little bit more downside closer to 140. But then I believe we're going to be bouncing between 140 and 138. So look for a little bit more downside. I think Bitcoin's going to hit the psychological 100,000, and then we'll have to see if we get a rejection off that or not. So we'll look for the 100,000 area. For NQ, we look very bullish. This is going to look like it's going to continue to push closer to 21,000. That's going to be the most likely case. Tesla looks more bullish. We have a nice inverse head and shoulders. This could attempt to push for that 362 area. If we end up losing 350, though, we could turn down, but this looks very bullish heading into next week for the 362 area. So keep that in mind. For the QQQ, we look more bullish. We're trying to push for the 508 target. As long as we hold up a 506 next week, I'm going to be looking for that. Apple looks like it's going to be testing 230. If that breaks, we're looking for 232. For the IWM Russell 2000, we have an inverse head and shoulders taking us up to about 240 next week, if not 242. Looks more bullish to me. Coin bounced off the 288 area, so we're going to be looking for a test of 307. If that breaks, we're looking for 320. For Amazon, we could be dipping closer to about 196. We'll have to see what kind of reaction we get from there. Meta is just on a bit of a downtrend here. We need to reclaim 564. Otherwise, we could be dipping closer to 554. For Microsoft, we could attempt to push back up for 418. If that breaks, we're looking for 420 to be retested. And then Google's also on a bit of a downtrend. We need to try to reclaim 168. Otherwise, it could continue to dip lower without a 165 target. So keep that in mind, guys. I thank you all for listening. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will be back hopefully very soon for another update. Until then, I just hope that you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for listening, and peace out.